Guys, this is Mr. Joshy J, and this is your race review in the Turkish Grand Prix at Istanbul. Valtteri Bottas wins the Grand Prix, absolutely dominated that race from start to finish, led the whole race. Second, Max Verstappen. Third, Sergio Perez. Fourth, Charles Leclerc. And fifth, Lewis Hamilton. Of course, Lewis Hamilton very, very unhappy because he wanted to stay out on the tyres he was on, but Mercedes said come in, and it looked like it may have been the wrong call because Hamilton said when he was on the new set of tyres that they were green, so he really wanted to stay out on the same set he's on because they were looking very healthy, but I think they're worried about it raining Mercedes. So Hamilton very, very unhappy with his team for calling him in and putting on a fresh set of new tyres. Lewis Hamilton, not a happy boy. But, he did well making his way up the field, and though Lewis Hamilton, some superb overtaking. I mean, Tsunoda kept him at bay for about 4 or 5 laps, but in the end, Hamilton made the move and got past Yuki Tsunoda, past Lando Norris with ease. Norris didn't really put up a fight against his fellow countryman. Fernando Alonso at the start, was touched by Pierre Gasly, so Alonso dropped down the field after starting P5. So really unlucky for the two-time world champion Fernando Alonso. And since then, really struggled to race face because he also had a 5-second or 10-second time penalty, the same as Pierre Gasly. But, Yuki Tsunoda, I believe, finished outside the points for Pierre Gasly. A much better weekend for Pierre Gasly this weekend. Mick Schumacher, really, he went from hero to zero, making out spin because he dropped down the order. Nikita Mazepin holding up Lewis Hamilton. For fuck's sakes, when is Nikita Mazepin going to learn, that you should not hold up a driver like that, because that could have been a horrible accident for Lewis Hamilton. Shocking bit of driving by Nikita Mazepin. Well and truly out of his step. But anyway, Hamilton made the move eventually and lapsed Nikita Mazepin. But the Perez and Hamilton battle now was probably the best bit of the race. Hamilton looked like he had the speed, but great defensive driving by Perez. And that is how Mercedes and Red Bull should race each other. Both of them were leaving each other's space. Hamilton at one point almost squeezed Perez into the pit lane, but I thought that was fair racing between the both of them. Now that's how the two teams should race each other. Leave plenty of space and don't get close to each other. Like that was Lewis and Max, that probably would have been contacts, but that's great bit of racing by Hamilton and Perez. Carlos Sainz got driver of the day, and well deserved as well. He started right in the back of the grid, and then ended up finishing about P8 or P9, which was absolutely fantastic for Carlos Sainz. That really was. So Max Verstappen now leads the Drivers' Championship by 6 points. At one stage, it looked like Verstappen was going to only have a 1-point lead, but, it's damage limitation, really, from Mercedes. For Hamilton to just be 6 points behind, it's possible he can overhaul that, because I think stats were saying that none of these two drivers have had more than an 8-point lead all season, so it is very, very fine margins between Hamilton and Verstappen, and it's going to go to Abu Dhabi. It really is. The title could be won and lost on team strategies decisions, like what Mercedes did today. Could that possibly cost Lewis Hamilton the title? We'll have to wait and see. And but next race is Austin, Texas, which I cannot wait for that one, because that is a Lewis Hamilton track. He is so good at Austin, Texas, and they got to be as well. Hamilton has got to take advantage of that because that is one of his circuits he absolutely loves. Also, Mexico, that will be a Verstappen track. So next weekend, well, in a couple of weeks' time now, will be absolutely crucial for Hamilton. He has to get that race win at Austin, Texas. He really does, Lewis Hamilton, because, there's 6 races left. There is no room for error for Max Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton. It's now or never in these next 6 races. But like I said, it is going to Abu Dhabi. So comment your thoughts down below. I will always reply. And yeah, this championship battle is well and truly heating up. And good performance today by Perez as well. Red Bull need Perez to do that more often if Red Bull were going to win the Constructors' Championship against Mercedes. But wow, like I said, the title could be won or lost on strategy decisions, and reliability could still play a part as well. But so far, the Mercedes power units and the Honda power units are looking to be as reliable as each other so far. So reliability is great between both power units. Straight line speeds this weekend, Mercedes had a lot of straight line speed over Red Bull. Red Bull weren't quite on Mercedes' pace this weekend, so that's why I reckon Bottas dominated. Hamilton yesterday in qualifying was mega. It's just sod's law he had that penalty because, he could have won that race by a country mile. But look, it is what it is. The gap is only 6 points. And like I said, I'm lunging every second in this. But that Hamilton and Perez battle was the best moment of the day. It really was. Bye-bye.